You're live. Perfect. Oh, damn. Okay. Oh, we get a really different interface now. Look at that. Things are strange, new, and different now. But I think probably in a good way. All right. So let's pop this out. And that way I can somewhat read both chats. Let's see how that ends up working out. I don't think it's going to be great, but probably better than nothing. Honestly, we should probably throw this to quick play. All right, real quick while that all starts up, give me 1 second, fellas. I'm going to use the bathroom. We'll be right back. All right, I have returned, fellas. All right, let's do this. That sound when I mix code with the OG Kush in Schedule 1. Either way, they like it. Or it turns out other side. Bro, I remember being able to make some crazy stuff in that game. There was like stuff that you could put in there to like irradiate your products. And then you could like make people's hair fall out, turn them into a zombie, catch them on fire. I remember there were some really beneficial ones that you could make that could make you run just at super speed. I'm interested to see how far they've gotten with the current game. I haven't played it in a very long time. Oh, they put me in Jonga 1. Okay, this is either going to be the craziest team or it is not. Okay. I should probably chill. I like eating uranium. It's good for the heart. I mean, kinda, yeah. I mean, think about it. It's calorie dense, and you don't need a lot of it. I think a single gram of it is 1 billion calories. So, I mean, if you really think about it, like, it's the perfect traveling snack. Yeah, and some can turn you into a living rocket booster? I mean, free moon travel. I don't see you guys getting us to the moon any quicker. I feel bad. Yeah, I'm gonna take it easy. I'm gonna take it easy. These are not. Yeah. Whoopsies. As a daily uranium eater, I agree. That's fair. A lot of people will tell you that eating uranium, it's not the move. It's not even tasty. But those people, they just don't know how to cook it properly. You know, and sometimes you gotta ask, are they using like regular uranium or are they using enriched? Ever since they started adding the enriched uranium onto the markets, it's really just become a different time. Yeah, that was evil. That was evil. You see, moon rocks are portal surfaces, so we either steal the portal gun from Splitgate or we invade Aperture. I mean, honestly, I'm down for the whole invasion of Aperture. Are we really sure that's a bad idea? Like, can we be certain that isn't the best idea? All right, I guess we run it back. Let's see what we get. I just wish the queues were a little bit faster. They are hitting really, really quick, though, to be fair. For what there is, it be pretty speedy. There's a chance you become a cannibalistic mantis person. I've seen that episode of Rick and Morty. I think I'm okay with that. So what you're telling me is I could become Cronenberged, but I could also attain portals. So if we really think about it, maybe it's a good thing? Who's to say? Who's to say? Hey, how's it going, Pink? How you doing, you lovely bastard? I hope you're having a super wonderful now. Welcome in, welcome in. All right. I'm gonna test out this new thing. Oh, I actually can't. We'll test that out later. Are we invading pre-GLaDOS or post? I feel like you'd want to invade pre-GLaDOS when she still has her safety checks and Wheatley still keeping her, like, in check. Bro, I actually just saw an interview with the voice actor for GLaDOS. It turns out that there were very specific voice markers that they put in the game that I just did not catch on to. Drop the RAM to 3133. We'll see if it starts doing the boot restarts or not. Anyways, gonna lurk while I do some stuff on the PC. Hell yeah. That do be the vibes right there. That do be the vibes. And I imagine that should be all that you need for a bit of stability. If that doesn't really do it, we can try adjusting the timings for you. Not the most fun things in the world, but not super difficult. Okay, nice. First as usual. Wait, did I just say first as usual? I meant Phoenix, first as usual. Obviously, I mean, only one first can actually be redeemed in any stream. That's the way that it works. Might not want to fix that. I mean, it's really not any more difficult than doing that. You're just setting a couple of numbers instead of just one number. Oh, shit. Okay. I'll take it. I got robbed. I got robbed. But yeah, you should be noticing some pretty good boosts in performance from it. I mean, aside from all the little bit of rockiness there and the instability. Usually it goes a lot smoother. It just kind of happens to be the case when you mix and match RAM sticks. It's a little bit rough, but it's always worth adding. It improves quite a bit about your just day-to-day PC usage. Damn, I thought I could do it twice in a row. Nice. Well, he tried. Damn, what's up with us matching all of our kills, bro? We're over here being twinsies. I didn't do too bad, though. I did break the mold in one regard. I got one less death in them. I should have jumped off a cliff or something. I could have evened that out perfectly. Yeah. Guess we run it back. We're actually getting a good amount of takedown. To be fair, like, this is the most amount of takedown I think I've played all week. I miss the way that it used to be. Give me my dedicated ranked takedown back. Come on, Splitgate. I know you want to do it. Or 2v2. I could be partial to 2v2. And I've said this before, but I have this idea that, like, if they were just to do a mode similar to Gunfight from Call of Duty, where it's a 2v2, and each team basically just gets 1 life per person, and after a certain time limit, there's like a little flag to gather. And I guess to add up to all of that, you also get randomized loadouts, but everybody shares that same randomized loadout. So, like, you get an SMG and some pistol or something. Everybody would have the exact same guns across the board. And then if you die, it's up to your teammate. They kill the rest of them. You win the game. If they wait it out, whoever captures the flag wins the game. Or still, if you kill both people, you win the game. There can be quite a lot of stuff to it, but it can be really, really fun. I think it would work well with what Splitgate's got too. Just like really, really decisive portaling. Although I know they've tried that in a lot of other tests. They didn't go the best. I don't know. I feel like it kind of depends. You can't have decisive portaling be like the whole game, but I feel like you could definitely have it be a portion of the game. Now that's something to bring me back right there. Holy shit, the Blood Gulch Blues? Bro, I miss Red versus Blue. That shit was so good. Yeah, I think they actually just got back together for a little bit. Wasn't much. I think they did like an AMA at like a Comic-Con convention or something like that. But it was still kind of cool to see them all together. Oh, shit. Yeah, I actually had plans before Splitgate did the whole unlaunch, relaunch thing, where I was going to make a Red versus Blue like a machinima for Splitgate. I had most of it planned out. I was picking out voice actors. It would have been rather interesting, but I ended up giving up on it once I figured out that it was going to go over into beta. I was like, okay, in that case, that might not be super worth it there. But I think there's still some potential. You maybe even do something in Halo Infinite, honestly. Actually, I think we're supposed to be getting like some Halo 6 type game soon. I'd be very interested to see how they change things up. You know what? Sometimes I kill people even when I miss. That was completely on purpose. Yeah, I knew his teammate was coming up that ramp. It was a pre-decisive thing. Well, you know, the future side, it's not 2020. I should really just go for melees. Although on this big ass map, oh, you bastard! I got robbed. I got straight robbed. So close, so close. Okay, I see them. I know where they're at. So I'll just fool them. They expect me to use my portals, to be smart about what I'm doing. And luckily for them, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I'm bringing it back for the team. Say it with me, fellas. What's gonna work? Teamwork. Okay.
Double kill.
Where? Is this Splitgate 2? That it is. That it is. Or I guess Splitgate Arena Reloaded. It's the new one that they like just put out. Or I guess the relaunch. It goes by a lot of names now. I'm just gonna say yes, it is Splitgate 2. Kind of. Sort of. But also Splitgate 3. Yes. But how are you doing, Agent? I hope you're having a super wonderful one. Oh, shit. I'm okay with it. I'm no longer okay with it. This is Splitgate 3. Yeah, basically Splitgate 3. Me, I'm more looking forward to Splitgate 4. There is actually a petition that's gaining some traction that is asking Splitgate to re-release it again. Don't change a single thing about it, just re-release it as Splitgate 4. Honestly, if it ends up finishing and they decide that they're unlaunching the game temporarily for like a day and then relaunch it as Splitgate 4, I will find that funny as shit. That'd be an interesting marketing trick. Every week you just increase the number next to your game. Introducing Splitgate 5. Splitgate 6, now with enhanced trees. I'll take that. Yeah, right now they got this one in the chamber mode. It's actually pretty damn solid. You kind of just run around, and then if your cursor turns red, you fire and they're dead. I would say it's pretty simple, but honestly, in practice, it can get kind of sweaty.
You just put on a highlight reel.
We did it, fellas! How goes your grinding, though, Tub? I think you're doing the new Withering Wave stuff, right? All right, we run it again. Yeah, honestly, the game's in a pretty good state right now. All things considered, I think they've actually done a pretty fair job. I just hope that they can make a bit more consistent changes. Just a little bit more consistency. Well, shit. Welcome to the expanded queues, everybody. Population us. Damn it. Yeah, for anybody that doesn't know, once you reach around 30 seconds, it does start to look for further servers in your region. So, like, let's say you're US Central, it might start to look for East or West servers. And I guess if you're East, it'll look for Central and West servers. The newest storyline has been completed. I'm still laughing at the fact this woman gets called a cripple and then just shoots him on the spot. Withering Waves is wild, but the story is great. Hey, big dubs, big dubs. Yeah, do you just gotta do like the story stuff, or is there like a bit of a skill grind that's involved? I'm not exactly sure what all you do. Like, I've seen like the boss fights and stuff, but Not sure if there's necessarily gear that you go for, or if it's just kind of like a linear progression. Bro, speaking of semi-linear progression, I gotta go back and finish Tainted Grail. That game was really goddamn good. It was kind of like a Souls-like Skyrim, but with like way better magic systems. I got mostly through it. I got to like the 3rd act of the game. There's just like a little bit more that I gotta do, and that's really just completionist stuff. Although I don't think our character is necessarily strong enough to fight the final boss. Might get close. I got him. I got him. He had no idea what to expect. I'm a slippery sausage. Ooh, nice. Good shit. It was close. It was close. The only level requirement is in 1.0. It's open world and primarily a linear progression. You have your character and then you get these free purple blue weapons that are kind of ass. But you still get a fuck ton of them during the gambling. Like I could go for a 10 pull and get 9 blue weapons, 1 purple. So they're basically free. Nice. Yeah, that sounds downright reasonable for levels of grinding. I need to learn to portal faster. Somehow I'm too slow. They're starting to catch on to me with my casual portaling speeds. My response to the new doom scrolling video, I have yet to doom scroll today, just a silly dance. That's what you think. That's what you think. I caught you in the act of doom scrolling yet again. You thought you'd get away with it. You really did. You should have realized that I would have caught you the moment it happened. I won't even let it begin. I have that far future sight.
Halfway there.
We're halfway to the win.
Also, depending on the one, it was also decreed by the king. Hear me out, hear me out. I am but a messenger. And the king, unfortunately, decreed that there be... Oh, Jesus. That there be no such tomfoolery today. So he put a stop to that. I doubled up. I didn't see him. Shit. It was that one? Aha. I'm glad that's starting to go around. I think that one was actually pretty good. I had to find a random piece of paper and everything. Technically, my first short with an actual prop. Actually, nope, that's a lie. That's making random objects famous. Shit. The king will never stop my doom scrolling. Don't let him hear about that. I'm over here fighting back hiccups. The king knows what you have done. He's fighting my diaphragm right now in anger. What you guys don't see is the ghostly outline of an ancient king just gripping and strangling.
5 points to go.
But he'll stop you eventually. Soon it will leak into your subconscious, spread into your dreams, and eventually control you from the inside out until all you know is not shorts. You'll probably be more of a pants kind of guy anyway. Let's be real, with the current weather that we're having,
Victory.
probably didn't need them anyway. Probably didn't need them.
That's how you do it. Nice work.
Kinky skirts and kilts. So, you know what? Skirts and kilts can work. Yeah, those aren't shorts. Yeah, I don't think a skirt or a kilt would count as a short. So, yeah. You know what? I think that would be allowed under the king's decree. You know, honestly, I am kind of surprised that I didn't get any of those messages that were like, but I don't have any shorts. I'm wearing pants, Mr. Sausage. All right, let's take a look. How are we doing on the whole shorts department? Actually, not bad. Actually, not bad. 3.4K? Okay, I see you, YouTube. I see you, YouTube. Did it at least do well? It got 15 likes. What do the comments say? This reminded me that I had a permission slip. Many thanks, oh content creating one. All right, bro, wrap it up. Yeah, I did. 2 for 3! 2 for 3! Let's give it up for 2 for 3! I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. That's actually kind of huge, though. Yeah, bro, the channel has actually been growing like crazy. It's kind of nuts to think that I literally just did this like randomly and it ended up kind of just working out. Who would have thought telling people to do things that they probably should have and already know to do just works? It's a great reminder. Can't you search by commenter? I think I probably can. I usually just read them over in here, I'm not gonna lie. Oh shit, I see one from you. I've yet to doom scroll today, just a silly dance. You know what? Fair. Give you a little heart. A badge of honor in the comments. A badge of honor. Oh, shit. Right back at you. Hey, much love, all of y'all. Y'all are great. Y'all are great. Yeah, no, this is just insane to me. Like, the stats just cannot be real. Somehow we have 10.2K views in the last 48 hours. I'm pretty sure that is all of the views my channel had. I don't know how that shit works. YouTube thought it's appealing. YouTube thought it appealing. I feel like there's got to be more split coin I'm missing out on. Lot of premium. Yeah, no free. Yeah, it is what it is. Sometimes you can hope for some free tokens. I will say, though, they've done a great job with the reflections. I wonder how long this really took them. In reality, I think they just had it in a light box. They just used the standard reflections and then just made it metallic. It looks similar to, like, Unreal's just native reflections. But I really can't tell. I really can't tell. I have noticed the shorts algorithm in general is just ass for viewers. What do you mean? Do explain. Do explain. I find myself getting locked in the shorts algorithm pretty hard. I'm just sad that it doesn't feed me a lot of real like creators. Instead, I just get a lot of like AI movie summaries.
Take
Although, to be fair, I also watch said movie summaries because like that's how I find new shows to watch. I I can't be the only one, right? Come on. You guys have done it too, right? You guys have seen like those show pop-ups or whatever. They start talking about a TV show and play a clip from it, and you're like, "Oh shit, that looks sick." So then you end up Googling the show, saving it for later, and then watching it. I feel like that's got to be pretty popular now. The more you push the dislike or block channel button, the more frequently it gets recommended. Yeah, it is. That part is kind of stupid. That part is kind of stupid. If you tell it to hide a channel, it shouldn't do that.
round locked.
And usually when you go over to the top, you press the 3 and you click "you don't like this," and then reason why is that you don't like this. That will change up your algorithm pretty substantially. After this game, I'll show you.
3, 2, 1. Round 2.
Okay, fuck that one up just a little bit, just a little bit. I found a pretty cool 3D printing channel on this platform. Hey, fuck yeah.
New power weapon in the arena.
Oh my god, they're so grouped up.
Last man standing.
And I really have a chance here. They're not really spreading apart.
Okay, it's do or die time. Let's step it up this round.
But yeah, let's see if I can pull this up.
Off break.
So I go over here to YouTube.
Stop this.
Then we go over here to Shorts.
4, 3, 2.
Don't recommend this channel.
Match point.
And that'll actually change up your stuff a little bit. That will make it just a little bit more bearable.
Last man standing.
And at least in most of my testing, I've never had any channel pop back up that I told not to recommend.
Power weapon in the arena.
There have been some exceptions if they're rather large creators. Like, even though I'm set not to have Asmongold's videos recommended to me, I still get shorts from him.
Close
But I
call.
feel like that's just because he's
Last
so
man
big.
standing.
If you can just flick past stuff, it will stop recommending stuff. So you got to get good at stopping on creators you know, or else it'll take it as, oh, the user likes watching something. Very fair.
Last
Damn, I almost broke the ankles. It was a close one. Maker Deck Sellswords. Sellsword Arts is at least decent. Yeah, I really like their content. I'm not super into like medieval combat videos, but like I kind of like listening to what they have to say. They do be making some pretty good points that honestly I never thought about. Ah, come on. Why'd you have to look up there? Could have just ignored me. We could have been best friends.
game over.
Good effort out there. That's all we can ask.
You see, that's your problem there. It might be. Maybe it is. It's educational, and I can't wait for their D&D campaign. They're doing a D&D campaign? You know what? I could be down for a D&D campaign. That could be kind of fun. And I feel like they might end up doing what like Viva La Dirt League does for their D&D. Let's see. This will show it. Yeah, okay. So they've got like a little bit of like animations and graphics to go with it. And then they'll like occasionally act out what they're actually doing. Question, did you ever actually finish playing Dispatch? I did finish playing Dispatch. Unfortunately, a lot of it, I have no idea where that got saved. I'm gonna be so honest. I looked forever to see where I saved the recordings. They're fucking somewhere. They're either on the media server in some folder that I forgot to retitle because I was setting up the media server that week. I guess to preface, I bought a whole new media server. I was talking about it, I think, in like a Yeti stream or something like that when the whole Spotify files dropped. But Spotify dropped like 300 terabytes. Around that time, I had finished a server with 215 terabytes of data. And then I started importing a bunch of shit over to there. And ever since that time, I just don't know where all the files went. But yeah, I did finish playing Dispatch. It was easily one of the best games I've ever played. Like, actually, it's one of the best games I've ever played. Supposedly, the next one that's coming out, like speaking of the whole D&D stuff, is they're supposed to be making a Critical Role game next. So at least the rumor that's going down the street is that Critical Role pulled them out of a financial hardship, and in order to sort of like pay them back, they are building a game in like their story style for them, if that kind of makes sense. Because apparently they nearly quit on Dispatch. They got like halfway through before they just straight up ran out of money and were like, oh shit, we might just not continue. They basically got 5 different creators. I watched their stuff. Oh, I watched because their stuff comes up. That's fair. Including Jack Z. Whipper, forced to be a bard. You know what? That checks out. That sounds like a pretty good cast, though. I mean, shit. Who's gonna DM it, though? I got Talbum, which is a D&D shorts person. Jack Z. Whipper, David and Clark, Megan. Bensei as their party, being bard, rogue, fighter, warlock, and a monk. That's pretty damn balanced. Good on them. Yeah, usually that's not the easiest. It sounds like they all got some pretty distinct stuff. And they picked the right people for it, too. Okay. Real quick, give me 1 second. I shall be right back. Oh.
One in the chamber. 5, 4,
What's up, y'all? How we
2,
doing?
1.
This is your moment. Don't waste it. Spawn with 1 piece of ammo. Get 1 more after each kill. We've taken the lead. Keep it up.
All right, sorry about that, fellas. I had to go fix that. We back. Have you seen the news short of Jack? How do our moms know you? Yeah, it seems he's popular with older moms. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's definitely fair. Oh, the comments are great. I haven't seen the comments. Yo, post the short. I want to see these comments. It sounds like y'all are sitting on some gold over here. On it, you're a legend. Somebody's a click-clacking. Oh, it's that guy. Mr. Noztag. I don't know why I thought punching would help. Sometimes it can. Okay, straight. Okay, something's not right here. I'm surprised you haven't seen Jaxa Whipper. Oh, no, I've seen Jaxa Whipper. Yeah, he does, like, shows and then cracks a whip to, like, different tunes and stuff. I guess, to be fair, he also, like... I guess he does, like, whip tricks with, like, different whips. Yeah, I got no idea on that front. Maybe I haven't seen enough. Maybe I just haven't seen enough. I'm out. Or I'm fucked. Either way. Okay, everybody is in, like, their own solo pocket. I just have to discover where everybody's hiding. Like, there's gotta be a guy over here. Okay. This map is just not made for melee. It just isn't. Are you also streaming on Twitch? I am also streaming on Twitch. I do the multi-streaming. There should be a link over in the description for the YouTube video as to where that is. I'm sorry that chats are a little bit disjointed like that. I do try to read both as much as I can. But yeah, it do be that way. Wait, you're streaming on YouTube? I am streaming on YouTube, yes. Yeah, a little bit of that multi-stream lifestyle. I mean, we might as well do it more often. We did buy the 5080. Might as well get my money's worth. Okay, so I'm gonna lock that down, pissing off literally everybody in the game. Absolutely everybody is about to be furious. Yes. I have to be the slowest slider in the history of video games. Actually gotta be the smallest. Smallest. You know what? I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna stick with it.
They're close to the scoring limit. We have to stop them.
Me misspeak?
5 minutes
Never.
remaining.
Hello from the Twitch chat, YouTube chat? Why, hello, Twitch chat in the YouTube chat coming at me now. Yes. I'm getting done dirty on this latency. You know, this whole latency is a lot harder than I thought it was. Just when I think it might get easy. Just when I think it might be easy. I'm the only one here, indeed. I am new to the whole YouTube streams for, well, at least the most part. We've done some prior attempts, but they've never really been good.
Keep your head up.
I guess there was the WoW PvP stream that we did. It was pretty close to actually giving it a go. Are you sure about that? It's a good question. How can you be sure about that? And wait. If you're the only person here, then how could I be here? There's at least 3 of us. I feel like we gotta give credit where credit's due. There's at least 3 of us here. And three's a party. Three's a party. You just gotta look at it under the right lens. 'Cause I'm smart. He's got us there. He's got us there. He is smarter than us. Mr. Lee plays Minecraft, my dude. Welcome in. Welcome in. And yo, Sin, welcome in. How you doing, you lovely soul? I super appreciate the raid. I do hope y'all are doing fantastic. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are having a great time. How are the games? How are the games? Yeah, I gotta say, I've been getting some pretty nice queues. We've been just like hop-in lobbies after hop-in lobbies. Ranked was rough, but quick play was fun. That's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. Cheese. Cheese.
One in the chamber.
It's just the one cheesy fellow. I have been meaning to ask though, what is your favorite cheese? I feel like that's a question we gotta ask everybody. There's a lot of different cheeses out there. Cheddar cheese? Cheddar's a really good one. Cheddar's a really, really good one. You can't go wrong with it. As of recent though, I'm not gonna lie, a little bit of brie has been hitting. A bit of brie like cheese with some crackers, like that shit hits. Especially if you're on like the charcuterie board. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. Oh, I'm out there. Oh, I'm out there. Shit. Oh, I thought he was going to come in with the fisticuffs. I don't know if I've ever had brie, really? You totally got to try it. You can get it from like any sort of like cheese shop or like a grocery store or anything. It's a super common cheese. Right? It's not like super uncommon. It's not as common as like cheddar, but I'd say it's like around the same popularity as like a ricotta cheese or blue cheese or stuff like that. That does not mean it tastes the same. I should note, very, very different taste from blue or cottage or ricotta cheese. Those I feel all have like similar-ish profiles. Gotta be Velveeta and Colby. That's the way to do it. Bit of that mixed cheese. No, it should be tasty. That should be tasty. Yeah, you can get like Velveeta cheese cubes. Those bitches hit. Those bitches hit. You a cheese connoisseur? I mean, I guess as of recently, yeah. We're trying our hands at a bit of the multi-streaming lifestyle, so I know the chats are a little bit, kind of all over the place, so I'm not gonna lie. I do seem schizophrenic, but I assure you that the cheese talk, it makes somewhat sense, kind of. I have been a big time cheese fan for many a moon. Many a moon cycle. We getting so close, so close. He didn't see me. He didn't see me, so it's mine. I gotta stop jumping. I gotta stop jumping. That's always my problem, is that I'm jumping. Keeps it fun. Fuck yeah. Have you ever seen a place with cheese that wasn't fun? Don't answer that question. There's probably actually a lot of places with cheese that are not fun, but my point is gonna stand from a point of personal perspective and nothing more. Pretty sure I've been in a tax office that served cheese cubes before, but that could be fun. I feel like you just gotta ask the right person. You're just gonna ask the right person.
Payback.
Normally, I grab the Velveeta squared slice things that come in the plastic. No, those can hit. Making like a sandwich or something, those are like the best to use. But if you're trying to go for like a charcuterie board or something like that, I feel like you gotta go with like the square cheeses. Anything that's like cubed, I guess you can go with sliced cheese, but it's gotta be like the super duper small like squares of cheese. Gonna mute those soundboards there. Everywhere should serve some cheese, a nice spread of it too. There should be a national cheese day where it's required by law for the government to hand out cheese to the masses. It's the only way that we can truly elevate ourselves. I left for 10 seconds and now we're talking about cheese? I mean, can you blame us? Can you really doubt the cheese? Can I be on your team? That depends. Are you willing to solve my CAPTCHA? I gotta make sure you're not AI. No, I'm just kidding, my dude. Of course you can be on the team. I'd fucking love to have you up on here. I want to say you're Pink Panther. I might have just invited somebody else entirely random. Bro, I got a lot of people on the friends list online right now. Holy shit, like fucking everybody's in a game of Splitgate. Normally I use the Velveeta cheese sauce in my pasta. That's the way to do it. Some good ass mac and cheese that way. Roasted garlic Parmesan Alfredo sauce. What type of noodles do you use for that? You say pasta, so I'm assuming that this is going to be like a noodle-ish thing. Can you have a pasta that doesn't have noodles? What's the definition of a pasta? I can't make this up. The definition of a pasta is a dish or a serving of pasta. A type of pasta is pasta. Yeah, so pasta itself is the noodles. I did not know that. I did not know that there are specifically pasta noodles. So this entire time I've thought I've made pasta with other noodles, I've been a liar. I've not only been a liar, but a damn scammer. I've scammed myself out of proper pasta. I think we can fix this. I think there's a way that we can fix this. Bow tie? Ooh, bow ties do hit. Bow ties do hit. I like the shell noodles. Shell noodles for me always hit the hardest because you can stuff them with stuff and then like yeah, they're just kind of like an explosion of deliciousness.
Free for all. 5, 4, 3.
I almost wonder if there's like a way that you could get like
What we trained for?
chili inside of like shelled noodles. I feel like that could be a vibe. Or honestly, at that point, you just kind of make ravioli. Chili ravioli. Now that's a thing I don't think exists. Hear me out. We gotta go crazy with our food creations. Chili ravioli could be that thing that actually changes it for the better. It's been a minute since I've had some really good raviolis, though. There's not really a lot of places, at least where I live, where you can get them. Have you tried tortellini noodles? They come stuffed with cheese. I have done tortellini. Yeah, no, like some like chicken tortellini with pesto on it. I cook that up, I want to say all the time, but it's been a minute since I've cooked it last. Like, it's definitely been a minute since I've cooked it, but I have some in my fridge. Like, I bought some recently on my last grocery trip. I just haven't actually cooked it. Now that I think about it, I think after stream, I'm definitely gonna cook that shit up. You gave me a hella good idea on that one. That actually might be worth. Fucking love some good pasta. Or I guess not pasta. I guess it is its own dish. Yeah, no, that's weird to me. Pasta is a type of noodle. There are multiple definitions to pasta. But it is really a specific shaped noodle made out of flour, egg, and like a bunch of other ingredients. Nice. Nice.
Double kill.
Gotta be careful running out. Damn, that fucker did not stop. All right, I thought he was gonna run out of ammo. I was wrong. All right, we send it. Bro, speaking of the background song, though, we should be getting the new Cyberpunk show pretty soon. As far as I'm aware, it seems that their schedule is kind of changed for their release date on it. I guess now they're planning a new Witcher DLC, and after the Witcher DLC drops, I guess we're getting the Cyberpunk show. And then we're supposed to be getting new content for Cyberpunk sometime after that. Exactly what content? Nobody's really sure. Could be anything from an actual DLC to just, like, absolutely nothing. They're not ready for it. You know what? Probably for the best. So what happens if I hit... Oh, okay. So jump pads are actually just better. Jump pads are just better. Nice. Flesh noodles? I might have some in my spare warehouse. Hold on. Well, you know, as a sausage, what can I say? I have to try out all the means of sausage. Okay, now that's a real question. If you were to somehow shape meat into the shape of a pasta, could you consider that a kind of... No, you couldn't consider that a noodle. Actually, you might be able to consider it a noodle, it's just not pasta. Yeah, you just can't make a carnivore pasta. That's technically not a thing. I guess in reality, that's just bowl of meat. But I feel like that's got to be a really, really simple meal plan. What are you having for lunch? Bowl of meat. I feel like it could hit. I feel like it could hit.
5 minutes remaining.
Shit. I'm getting there. We number 2 on the board. Unlike Valve, I'm about to count to 3. Okay, maybe not. I guess we can't say that anymore. They're actually about to drop a Half-Life 3. It seems pretty likely that the Half-Life 3 leaks are actually going to be a thing. Though they didn't drop the trailer when everybody thought they were going to drop a trailer. But I guess that's more so because they don't have any finalized release dates because of the whole RAM situation. For anybody unaware, PC prices are kind of skyrocketing through the roof right now. for a bunch of different reasons. Some of it's like AI based, some of it's just greedy corporations, and others are just bad market conditions overall. But it's basically ended up with, we have 3 major companies that currently produce these DRAM chiplets, which are basically like the actual memory modules that do all the work. So think like your SSD that does like any level of processing, the RAM on your phone, in your computer, your car, anything that might need to store values or anything is probably using some of these like chiplets. But they all pretty much just got bought up by OpenAI, at least 40% of the global supply. So now everybody's kind of scrambling on where they sell all of their stuff to. They're kind of just more willing to sell it over to AI companies than they are to us.
How we respond does.
It leads to some sketchy-ish pricing. Like, I guess 64 gigs now, you can be seeing, like, some prices between, like, $800 and $1,300 for a single kit. Which is kind of nuts, because, like, that kind of means that out of my whole PC specs, I got me a Ryzen 9 7950X3D, I got the 64 gigs of DDR5, and a 5080. Out of all of these parts, this is the biggest flex. I hate it. I hate that my memory is the most valuable thing. This is why console is superior, you know, in a way, but your console also uses RAM and GPUs and the whole shebang. You guys use, in fact, similar parts to what we currently sell on the market for PCs. So you guys will get just as affected. Mark my words, next series of consoles is going to get a massive price hike. Not, you know, I guess that's to be expected, though. Even with the last console launches, you saw it kind of there, too. People were scalping the shit out of consoles when they were first dropping. Yeah, I wouldn't say that this is sort of like a sides thing, because, like, this is even going to affect cars. Like, you're going to see new cars that are priced more expensively because they use this memory. So I don't really feel like it's a sides game, like, game there. Like, you'll see everything from, like, smart fridges, like any smart device, like Google Homes, for example, will start blowing up in price. Maybe not that much. They don't exactly use a lot of RAM, but, like, comparatively, what a product might have cost $30 might now cost an extra $15, $20. Maybe overall that's not that much money, but, like, compared to what it originally was, going from $30 to $50 is a pretty big deal. A pretty big deal. It adds up. It adds up, I guess, is more what I'm trying to say there. You know, a car is probably not going to be super noticeable. If your car goes up by like $300 to $500 in price, are you really going to pay that much attention? But it will still have an effect on their price. It will still have a pretty big effect on their price. It also means that the supply of them will go down, which I guess will also mean that, like, we will affect the price differently. I don't know exactly how that'll affect things, but likely the prices will go up a little bit more based off of that. About to get 2 megabyte RAM sticks for $80 per. Time to go back to 1995. It's funny you're saying that. People are talking about going back to DDR3. For reference, that's probably about the RAM type you would have seen in like 2013, 2014, 2015. That's probably around the time that you would have seen people using this kind of RAM. In fact, a good bit before that as well, but that's the times that we're thinking. That's when it would have been the latest and greatest. So it's kind of wild to think that we're, like, gonna start stepping back quite massively. I saw some leaks too. Like, I think PlayStation is considering like a $900 starting price tag. I'm not exactly sure what Xbox is doing, but they might be going for around 1,000. I know the Steam box is going to be going in around anywhere from $800 to $1,200. You're not looking so good. You're not looking so good on that front. Yeah, so now is a good time to pick up like a new console, new PC. If you're looking at like a new hobby system or something like that, that's like, yeah, a 3D printer, for example, will even go up in price. So if you got like hobbies or stuff like that, like now is the time to buy. It sounds stupid because right now the prices are high. And so it kind of seems counterintuitive because, like, why would you ever buy during a high price time? It just kind of seems stupid. But the idea is that prices are about to spike for give or take the next 5 to 10 years, which is a really long time. It's a really long time. And if prices just continue to hike up around that time, like it might kind of hold true that now is the best time. To be fair, some people are probably going to wither it. Some people are probably going to wither it, but I don't know how doable that's going to be. I think we're definitely going to see like gaming and stuff like that kind of not fade away, but like it's going to dip down in popularity quite a bit, I feel. It's going to become a much bigger niche to those that can actually afford to do it. $1,000 is really bad. It really is. Yeah. It's a rough start. It's a rough start. My goat's on Splitgate. Let's go. Yo, Quicks, my dude. How you doing, bro? I hope you're having a super wonderful now. I did go back from DDR5 to DDR4. Yeah, I've heard of a lot of people doing that. A lot of people doing that now. And I don't blame y'all. Like, it makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah, honestly, if this ever dies, I'm going straight back over to DDR4. I have a whole other PC, like, worth of parts sitting over in the corner. Like, a 64 gigs of DDR4. I got a Ryzen 7 5800X non-3D, and a few others. Tell Ian to come back. I miss him. I tried to get him on to Splitgate too. He was not having it. Yeah, my brother was not having it. He does not want to play this. I think right now he's doing like Arc Raiders and Brawlhalla, I want to say is what he plays right now. To be fair, Brawlhalla, super solid game. Super solid game there. Shit. Damn, yeah. I don't know. Maybe he might decide to install it at some point. He did have Splitgate 2 regular installed before the revamp. So I guess it's not entirely out of the question. Shit. Bro, I love nothing more than portaling around in this game. It may not be in the greatest state of all time, but if there is one thing that this game can do that nothing else can do, it's that satisfying breaking of ankles, pretty much. It gives you that same sense as, like, kind of real sports when you, like, absolutely break somebody. And I fucking love it. Shit. I might not be the best at it. You know, hear me out. Hear me out. I might not be the greatest at it, but it is doable. I'm kind of surprised that Thor is already trying to move block game to Hightail. I mean, I don't doubt it. Hightail has got so much better tools than Minecraft has at the moment. Plus, Minecraft has been kind of slacking. I don't know. Last I looked, they did like a frog update or something like that. Don't get me wrong, the ambiance is nice, but I feel like they could do a lot more in an update. Also, we're missing the mod tools that they promised us, like, forever ago. I hope we get to see them at some point, but I doubt it. Unless they decide that they want to actually go toe-to-toe with Hightail. But I think they might just try to use their market dominance to just coast it out. They've earned so much money off of that game, it's just ridiculous. So they might honestly just be kind of okay with letting it go. Maybe not letting it go, but like just letting it sort of coast. Think like how Intel was with CPUs before AMD came in with the Ryzen series. They get complacent. I think that's the right word. They get complacent.
Halfway there.
We're halfway to winning this thing. Nice job.
Damn. But yeah, I'm excited to see for what comes with Hightail. There's definitely some jank involved. It's in early access, and it's definitely got quite a bit of early access jank. But assuming they can keep up regular updates, I think it easily has a chance of beating Minecraft. At least for once out of any game's chance. There's been a lot of games that have tried. Almost none have succeeded. Actually, none have actually succeeded. I'd say that there is a mobile game that got pretty close, though. There was this one game called Blockheads. It was a iOS mobile game. Super fun game. Low-key, I had a lot more fun with that on mobile with my friends than I did on Minecraft at the time. Though that game ended up dying out because it didn't really end up that popular. Not exactly a Minecraft killer, but at least in terms of fun, it was solid.
Match almost over.
Closing in on the win. Don't let them get there.
Avenger. Double kill. Avenger.
Okay. Shit. Yeah, Minecraft doesn't have the in-game mod tool like Hightail. Hightail, you just click save, then you can close to the menus. Then you pray to God that it works when you click the interact button. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that. It's like a full asset editor, like akin to something you would see out of like Skyrim, really.
Now, power later.
It reminds me a lot of the creation engine. Like where you can import assets, you can pick assets that already exist in the game and clone them and then edit them from there. Pretty much exactly how Skyrim works. You open up the editor, you get like a bunch of different files, you right click one that you like, you copy it, you change it up a bit, and then boom. Yeah, I just wonder what the limitations will be on it. Obviously now it's the start, so like even the limitations that we have now, we can't definitively say will be permanent limitations. But hopefully it starts getting a lot crazier. I feel like it's really the PvP that sets it apart though. For once, I'm genuinely excited to get into PvP in a block game. Don't get me wrong, I liked a little bit of Minecraft PvP. I think it was solid up until 1.6.4. Even 1.7 was pretty good. But once they started doing like the totems of undying and like end crystal PvP, and like there was this meta that was going around where you would spam W as fast as you can. I don't know if that kind of gives you guys an idea of how fast I'm tapping W, but you would tap W literally as fast as you could and you would have no knockback. For whatever reason, the game was bugged in like a whole like series of versions. And then you could just completely get away with just having no knockback. Do you think Hytale can beat the juggernaut of Minecraft/Microsoft? Assuming that they don't change course, yes. Now, that's not to say they don't have the ability to beat the shit out of Hytale, easy peasy, no difficulty. If Minecraft wanted to beat Hytale, they will beat Hytale. There's no doubt about it. And they're actually fairly on track to do so. What a lot of people don't really realize with a lot of the recent Minecraft updates is that they're not exactly meant to be content updates, even though they do feature content. They're actually supposed to be bug fixes for the overall performance of the client, because ever since the days of 1.12, they've been seeing significant drops in performance, just update after update. So for the vibrant visuals update overhaul thing, or essentially built-in shaders that they were trying to add to the game for Java, they had to do a bunch of underlying overhauls. And so far, it hasn't yet been released for Java. They're still working on overhauls. But the performance games that we have seen update to update have been nothing short of absolutely cry-worthy. My mod packs that usually would maintain about 100-ish FPS on 1.20 maintain a lot higher FPS. I get around 160 to around 240 FPS on roughly the exact same mods when just changing the version from 1.20 to 1.21. It's a massive difference. So right now they're really focused more on performance than they are on like actual gameplay and stuff. So we could see that once they're done with all of that stuff, we start to see a lot more iterations on the core gameplay and they start to make it a lot better. And then Hightail's in a really rough place. But if they kind of just get complacent with these small updates and they just kind of continuously improve the performance, they don't drop mod tools, and more specifically, they don't take player feedback as seriously as they should. You know, like we've been asking for things like an end overhaul for fucking years now, and we have no word on stuff like that. There's a lot of other small things too. Like there's this mod in Minecraft called Paracool. It is a parkour mod. If you've ever played with it, you'll know what I mean by this, but the Minecraft movement system could use massive works. Stuff like being able to jump up on a 3-block jump and grab the ledge of a block and then pull yourself up to jump that one extra bit is some of the nicest things you can add to a game like Minecraft that I actually can't play the game without it. It's one of those mods that like it works so well for the game that I can't play it without it. I do got to do some tweaking, right? I'm not the biggest fan of a lot of the stamina stuff that they do and stuff like that. But like the better sprinting, I'm a big fan of. The vaulting over items, I'm a big fan of. There's so much stuff that that mod does. It gives you this whole book talking about stuff. You can do like small wall jumps. All of that stuff is just peak to me. If they could somehow incorporate stuff like that into Minecraft, we could be in for some really, really good times. But I just don't see them doing it. I feel like they're of the mindset of, if it ain't broke, why fix it? So they're adding this, like, the flavorings on top of it. Stuff that doesn't change the game in any meaningful way, right? There's no difference between your Minecraft if it has frogs jumping around in the swamps and if it doesn't have frogs jumping around in the swamps. At the end of the day, all it does is it adds in that one extra day where you're like walking around a swamp and you see the frogs and you're like, oh, that's kind of cool that they added those. That's about it. Doesn't change much about your experience, but you have a slightly better time because of it. You think it's a little bit more immersive. It's a little bit cleaner that way. Interacts with maybe some of the other mobs in the game. Maybe it's coolly or well animated. That's actually another thing. There's this animation mod. I think it's literally just called More Animations. Hold on. I can totally find this. Fresh Animations. This mod right here. GG's? Hey, GG's, my dude. That shit was fun as hell. Bro, I super appreciate that game. That shit was great. I do hope we get each other again. I can't remember. Are you the one on my team or the one against me? I feel like this can give a better, clearer picture. But like mobs have stances when they walk. They like shift to the side. They've got. I really wish there was a video to showcase this. Doesn't actually seem like they give off a video here. But it's really, really nice. Yeah, like spiders' legs like move independently and freely when they walk, so they actually seem kind of creepy. Ocelots moving like actual cats, sea turtles actually being able to move their fins. Like, it's actually just a good time. The eyes are a big thing too. They do the same thing that they do in the Minecraft trailers, where they make the eyes all animated and they can like look around and focus on people. Like, if this can be done with a resource pack, I don't see why this can't just be vanilla. If they can manage to like consolidate like a bunch of this stuff all into one thing, I think they beat Minecraft. Or I think Hytale beats Minecraft if they don't do any of this. If Minecraft does decide to do this, Minecraft probably stays on top. Right? At the end of the day, it is still too early to say, but if what we're seeing is to be continued, there's a really good chance they win. Uh Taberlin. Okay, hey, fair. Yeah, you're welcome to come lobby up with us as well if you got some free spots. We looking for some more players. We do be looking for some more people. Fuck hightail spiders. Are they creepy or like what's the vibe? I really do just need to say fuck it and buy the top tier edition. I don't know. I might just say that the 20 bucks. I want the top tier edition, but I kind of got to save up. I just bought a pre-order to this new like handheld. Wonder if I got the link for it still. I do. Yeah, so this thing right over here is actually what I'm picking up. This thing is so sick, bro. It's basically a 3DS, but it's a whole Windows PC. Basically, it's a Steam Deck. The best way I can put it is it is a Steam Deck, but it is in the form factor of a Nintendo 3DS. It is the best thing ever because it's got 2 screens on it, which means like I can watch YouTube videos and play games at the same time. It was rather expensive though. I'm not gonna lie, that shit did kind of break my wallet. Definitely a bit more of an impulse buy because tech is getting more expensive. Kinda just wanted to have it and then get it over with.
We've taken the lead. Keep it up.
Payback.
Sometimes they just walk right into the crosshair. Oh, you thought he was clever. I'm quick with it. Fuck, I didn't see it. I didn't see the portal. Hightail spiders, and you got 2 shorts for me. Let's see. Oh.
Let's get it back.
Oh. Yeah, about that. About that. Hear me out. Hear me out, Toad. Perhaps we avoid the spiders. No, that is actually kind of nice, though. I really... Part of me really likes a lot of Hytale, and part of me is a little bit weirded out. Like, I don't like the way that player models currently look. There is a mod that fixes it, though. The difference is instead of it being like an X32, it's an X64 currently. And when you kind of downscale it a little bit, it becomes a lot less creepy. I feel like that's the right way to put it.
Double kill. Avenger. Eating up. Triple kill. Halfway there.
Bro, it's high noon. Apparently, I'm just the deleter of people. go out there. Out here saving my teammates. But not strong enough to save himself. I haven't told you the story of Darth Sausages the Wise. I thought not. It's not a story the Jedi would tell you. Bro, apparently if leaks are to be true, Disney might actually be canning the whole sequel series. We might actually be finally seeing a resurgence of Star Wars. I'm not sure how many people here are like a big fan of Star Wars, but if you saw the recent news, Kathleen Kennedy, who was like the head of Lucasfilm, basically like the studio that made Star Wars, and I guess Dave Filoni is going to be the one that's stepping up. They haven't officially named it, but they have already kind of put out a trailer for Dave Filoni. They just didn't really say what it was for. Everybody kind of just assumes it's him. But this could mean that we're in for some really good times.
3 points to go.
Hopefully, if they decide to redo the sequel series, if they decide to touch it at all, it ends up being a lot closer to like Legends. Though to be fair, a lot of stuff with Legends that I don't like as well. Legends is not so perfect. Look at the second one. Oh. Oh, that's awful. Wow, they really... Okay. Wow. Yup. Uh-huh. You know what? Maybe Minecraft isn't that bad. Hear me out, guys. Hear me out. Maybe Minecraft. I usually make the spiders scarier, but I swear to God, those skins are just outright fucking terrifying. That's my worst nightmare? Okay, I'm glad you agree. I'm glad it's not just me. I really am. Oh my God, bro. I'm gonna be seeing that shit at night. I'm gonna close my eyes and see that spider. As I said, fuck hightail spiders. Ugh. Gotta make a mod that replaces them with lobsters. I just feel like you could make the skin like less skin crawly. Right? Like the texture of them currently makes my skin crawl. If you made them closer to like a tarantula, I'd be okay with it. I think that's my issue. They look way too similar to like a brown recluse. They look really goddamn similar to a brown recluse, and that genuinely terrifies me. They need to be a little bit more mythical. Or fuck, like change up the colors a little bit. Make them like orange and blue, or, you know, like exotic colors that you wouldn't usually see in nature. So I feel like that's just outright going to stop people with arachnophobia from playing. I was gonna say like me, but I'm still probably gonna play it. That terrifies me to my core, and I will be finding every way imaginable to be changing the textures of them. But yeah, I don't think that's gonna stop me. Hightail looks too good. Lobsters is an interesting idea, though. But how are you gonna justify the lobsters spitting venom? That'd be an interesting kind of lobster. Perhaps an octopus. An octopus might work better. Same 8 legs. Works out pretty well there. And instead of venom, they shoot ink. You'd have to also change the effect that they give you. No more poison, more ink.
4, 3, 2,
ammo. Get
Oh.
one more after each kill.
I've been seeing a lot of people hop in. I don't know if you saw your Discord messages or not, Toad, but I sent you a really, really cool mod that I found for Hightail. And I do think you'll be fucking with it. Yeah, it's basically elemental toads. Basically, the game will just spawn you in, and as you progress, you'll find different toads of different, like, variations. Like, maybe there's a toad that gives you a cookie. Meanwhile, another one, like, just insta-kills you or spawns lightning or... You know, whatever sort of wacky effects it ends up coming up with. Aw, I was supposed to be my friend. I thought we were becoming friends, good sir. Why would you do me like that? Disappointed. Not even sad, I'm just disappointed. Yeah, that looks fine. The frogs seem interesting. I'm just not sure. I feel like I should be looking for other types of mods. Oh, no, 100%. If you got like a vibe in mind, go for it. I just figured you'd find it fun because, you know, toad, elemental toads. It makes sense. It makes sense. How the fuck did I miss? I don't miss. I don't miss. Who said I missed? Not me. Nope. Mm-mm. I'm a sausage of many shots. There are no friends on the battlefield, Padawan. True. Execute Order 66. Bro. Oh, I forget what it was. I was watching or reading. I think it was reading something. Over like the temple raid during Order 66. It was giving such a gruesome description. That's what it was. Yeah, it was the book. Oh my god, this is gonna drive me fucking crazy. Masters of Evil. That's what it's called. Masters of Evil. If anybody's ever read that Star Wars book, Jesus fucking Christ, they give a gruesome depiction of Order 66. It's from a clone's perspective, needing to clean up the bodies from Order 66 and collect the lightsabers. And it's him initially being like, yeah, fuck these traitors. To then seeing all of the dead people that he once knew, and then like just straight psychosis. That shit fucking hurt to read. That shit fucking hurt to read, bro. Don't worry, they went into gruesome depiction about the younglings' bodies as well. Yeah, apparently Anakin was a lot more of a psychopath than we thought. Yeah, he diced them into pieces. And apparently there was a clone that had to shovel them off of the walls. Whoever wrote it, props to that guy. That guy was having a bad day and decided to take it out on the Star Wars mythos. He was like, you know what? Fuck those kids. Good book read, though. It's a bit disjointed. Master Skywalker, what are we going to do? There's too many of them. I think that's flipped around. I think it's Master Skywalker. There's too many of them. What are we going to do? Pretty sure that's the line. And then you hear... Hold on, I can actually match it. I wouldn't be a proper nerd without a lightsaber. It doesn't light up anymore, it's too old. But one more game and then I need to get off. Hey, all good, my dude. I super appreciate you lobbying up like this. This has been a great time. We've been getting some good-ass games. Yeah, I really need to go and finish Andor. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not very big into the new like Star Wars stuff. So I haven't really watched most of Andor. I watched the first season, and I'm gonna say I wasn't the biggest fan up until the prison. When they got to the prison scenes and stuff in Andor, that shit sold me on the show. I was hook, line, and sinker in Andor for the prison scenes. And apparently a lot of people are saying season 2 is somehow better. I don't know if it will include more prison scenes, but if it includes Andor breaking out of more prisons inside of Star Wars, I'm all for it. I'm so all for it. I feel like they could totally do like a Prison Break-esque show that's like based in the Star Wars universe. Like either Clone Wars or like Galactic Empire with like some of the rebel people. You could do some like pretty crazy stuff. And then just probably pull from like actual historical events. Like in some ways, there's probably a lot of stuff that you could pull from in the real world to help model it. Shit. Shit. Ooh, I no longer believe. Damn. The latency was not in my favor. It'll be okay. We believe in ourselves. I've seen anime before. All this Star Wars talk has not made me forget. If I scream loud enough, my hair will change colors. If I believe in my friends, I become more powerful. Why does every Splitgate character look like a rip-off Power Ranger? Honestly, I don't know. It was not this way in the first game. They just went like... I don't even know. They kind of went for like a more standard player model, I guess. That's the best way that I can put it. I don't think it works super well. I wouldn't mind a big redesign. He thought he had me. He thought he had me. Okay, just keep on circling. Anybody else ever get into the habit of like you'll get 2 bullets and then you never end up using them? Because you'll fire a 1-shot and after you do that, like you don't want to lose out on maybe having the 2 bullets. So you'll end up doing something way too ballsy, getting you killed anyway. What's up, Brody? Yo, what's up, Cheese? How you doing, dog? I do hope you're having a super wonderful now. Oh, shit. Okay. He wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting it. Nice. I lost chat. Batty went back to her ex. Ah. You know what? To be fair, it be that way sometimes. It be that way sometimes. I've had that happen a handful, at least a handful of times.
Turn this loss into motivation.
It's a rough situation, but like low key, the universe gonna owe you one, and you gonna get something nice after this. You just gotta believe in yourself. You just gotta believe in yourself. Really though, I feel like most of my longest relationships have always ended up right after a time like that. Usually I'll meet somebody, I really like her, try to go out, weird shit usually happens, I feel sad, I go damn, and then I end up just meeting somebody a little bit cooler. Like, you gotta trust the process on it, but like, it'll happen. It'll happen. Sausage, my king speaks the truth. I bow before thee. Me, the king? I simply read the king's decrees. And the king has decreed no doom scrolling. I'm watching you guys. Actually, those shorts have been doing fantastic, though. Real talk, I did not see this channel actually doing anything, like, remotely that good. But the shorts are doing great. All things considered, like, we're averaging, like, 2,000 a video. Yeah, a couple lower than others, but some higher. By order of the king. You guys wouldn't want 1,000 miles in the mines now, would you? Now, would you? I can't have doom scrolling. I declare war on the king. 1,000 miles in the mines for you. 1,000 miles in the mines. I don't make the rules. I simply enforce them. Hand to hand? Fuck, I've never been challenged to hand combat before. All right. Put him up. I've seen Popeye before. I have spinach just in case you start winning. I am prepared. Give it a second. And now. Damn. Could have worked, though. Could have worked. Joke's on you. I found Hell's Deep in the mines. I am now fighting a flying skull magma golem. Well, joke's on you. I don't actually know what Hell's Deep is because I think that's probably from Lord of the Rings and I never saw it. Probably blasphemy to some people, but I'm going to be honest. I just never saw it. I really do need to, though. That shit gets referenced so goddamn often that, like, I just need to know the plot. All I know is that there is a man named Frodo and possibly a man named Bilbo, and they embark on a journey to Mount Doom and jump into a volcano. I think one of them gets their thumb bitten off at one point. You could say I'm somewhat of an expert.
Here we go. Team deathmatch.
That is blasphemy, Sausage. How could you? Well, wouldn't you believe it? I tried to watch it once, but when I did, I was prevented to. They put a virginity block on it. Much like League of Legends. I tried to play League of Legends the other day and that shit didn't work.
New power weapon in the arena.
Shit. All right, I need to get fast. I need to get speedy.
We've pulled into the
I need to do absolutely none of that. I said I found hell? My God. So you're now pseudo-Satan is what you're saying. You've got all the powers of a man, but you're in Satan's body. We call you Satan Man. Or we could call you Saitama for short. Speaking of which, has anybody actually seen the new season of One Punch Man? I saw Moist Critical's review of the One Punch Man season being absolutely terrible. But the one person that I know that's actually seen it says it's pretty decent. Have I been gaslit into thinking that the new season of One Punch Man is bad when it's actually good? Is the internet doing internet things? I've always been Satan. I should have known it. Ever since we put that motherboard lock at 666, you've changed. You've changed, Toad. I prefer the OG Toad. The unhorned one, as they say. Luckily for me, I never leave home without a bucket of holy water. And barbecue sauce. Okay, fine. Most of it is barbecue sauce, but it can be used as holy water. Holy barbecue sauce, if you will.
Payback. Power weapon inbound.
Just now thought about it. If you can bless water to make holy water, could you bless garlic to make holy garlic?
New power weapon in the arena.
What's more is, what happens when you... Can you just throw the holy garlic? The garlic touches the skin of the vampire, does it start to burn? Or is it still only when the vampire eats it?
New power weapon in the arena.
We're discovering new vampire lore. A little quick punch. Hey, I think we good. I think we good. Yeah, too late for the old Toad. Can't remove the horns. Too horny all the time to take off the cosplay. There you go.
Match almost over.
It's a real issue.
Scoring limit. Let's rally.
Okay. I have one bullet in a dream. Shit. Well, you know, sometimes the dream isn't that strong. He dreamed just a little bit harder. Probably of those spiders that we saw earlier. Bro, fuck hightail spiders. I will say, though, I think tomorrow might be the day that we play hightail. I think it's worth it to finally say that most of the people that were lightly streaming it, that were just trying to stream it day one.
Fucking weeded out peanut brittle.
I don't know who these dudes are, but I already love them. I love the
30
fact that we're
kills.
getting like
What the
active
fuck?
voice chats now. This shit's perfect. It might start to get a little bit toxic at points, but
Sits on Imp's fucking
what
lap
made
and looks him in the
COD good.
eyes. Looks him in the eye, actually.
I want him to look me in the eye. There's a hightail spider behind you. Are you gaslighting me, Toad? Be worse if there was a It'd be worse than a real spider behind you. Yeah, can you imagine if there was a fucking human-sized spider behind you? Of course that would be way more terrifying than a real spider. You would I don't think you could find the hardest Australian alive. The single deadliest man on the planet. This dude walks through raining spiders like it's nothing. That dude will run out of the room crying like a girl if you see a spider the size of a person inside of a room. I'm not gonna lie. Like what would you do? What would you do? Yeah, like what? Are you gonna throw a machete at? Honestly, I don't even think you could use a sword at that point. I'm not gonna lie. You have a human-sized spider coming after you. I don't even think a sword's gonna be that effective. What happens if you go to stab the spider and the spider grabs the sword from you? Now you have to fight a human-sized spider that is armed with a sword. Like, maybe we're thinking of this wrong. This is why you sleep with your loaded sawed off? I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't even want to bring out the gun if it stole my sword. Do I want to run the risk that it steals my shotgun? Then I have an armed spider with a sword and shotgun. That dude's just playing a video. He's just playing Doom at that point. I don't think I want Doom Spider Guy. Listen, we have Spider-Man. Spider-Man's great. We have Man Spider. Man Spider's great. Human-sized spider with a sawed-off shotgun and a sword? No. I gotta say no. The game Huntsman is a good horror game that simulates a human-sized spider. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, why? Why so painful? Why it gotta be so painful, though? Why the spiders? You know what? I feel like that's fair. We have so many, like, horror games that are just, like, basic jump scares and stuff, but we don't have enough that try to play off of actual fears. Spiders are a good one. Spiders are a good one. It's on Steam. How much is it? If it's free to play, I might give it a go. I'm trying to spend as little money as possible right now, though. I don't know if I actually showed you yet, Cheese, but I actually picked up a brand new handheld. That is not it. Also not it. Aha! Yeah, this thing. Hold on, that's the other version of it with a keyboard. Aha! There we are. Yeah, so it looks like a Nintendo 3DS, and it's a little bit bigger than one actually is, but it's got a full Ryzen 9 Halo Strix chip in it. So basically, it's an upgraded Steam Deck. It's got 32 gigs of RAM and a terabyte storage. Of course, I could go up, but I'm not rich. It's got dual screens to it, though, and this shit seems so perfect to me. I'm gonna try to play like Splitgate and stuff on it, but as far as I'm aware, it is fully capable of playing most games on Steam. I mean, it's really just a Steam Deck on steroids. It can play just a little bit more games than the Steam Deck can. How about we don't play a spider game? I might have a heart attack. Don't worry, I don't plan on swapping to the spider game this stream. Don't worry. The game is $12.99. I might add it over to the wish list. Yeah, if you want to DM it to me on Discord, I'd absolutely love to take a look at it later. I've got quite a few games that I gotta try. Spud recommended me a horror game as well. Definitely gotta give that one a go. Definitely gotta give that one a go. But yeah, no, I'm excited to get this thing. I am so beyond excited to get this thing. It's not the craziest thing in the world, I guess. 7-inch main screen, 4.5-inch secondary screen. Pretty nice, though. I don't think it's going to be the easiest to navigate, but if I can play Kenshi on it, if I can play Minecraft on it, and I can mod very light games, we'll be all right. I know it can play Skyrim at base at like over 100 FPS. That's pretty awesome. So I can probably take that, mod the shit out of Skyrim, make it like a lot more performative. I can turn it into like a mobile Skyrim box. I don't know if y'all can tell just like how excited I am to get this. I have been deep diving like similar systems to this for so long. There's this one that I was looking at. This one's a lot cheaper. Super recommended, by the way, if you guys are thinking about getting into like emulation or anything like that. There's this thing called the AYN Thor. Same exact idea, but it uses the mobile chips. So think like same thing in an Android phone. So the Snapdragon series processors. Actually, better way to put it, it's the exact same processor that's found inside of the Meta Quest 2 or the Oculus Quest 2, whichever way you want to put that. So it's a pretty beefy chip. It's able to actually play some pretty decent games, and even a very small limited subset of Steam games are actually playable on this. It takes a lot of finagling and an app called Game Hub, but you can fully play some Windows PC games on this machine. As far as I'm aware, you can get something like Fallout New Vegas to work on it, which is great to hear. Great to hear. It won't run the best. Don't get me wrong. You're not going to get a 60 FPS experience on that. Probably more around the 40-ish FPS. But considering you're paying like $300 for the decent model, not bad at all. Not bad at all. To be fair, you could go up a little bit more. The Pro or the Max models are really the ones I'd recommend the most, but there is no reason you can't use either of these. I would probably ignore the Lite. Probably recommend the base way more than the Lite because they're different processors. It's basically your big difference there. Makes a big difference to performance though. Like a good 30 or 40% difference. I think they have a graph here. Yeah. So this is the other chip that they offer, the 865. So you can see that just by doing that little bit thing. Put the link in chat, Sausage. Oh, I got you. Yeah, it's called the AYN Thor. It's actually pretty sick. 2 OLED screens. Pretty nice. I should say, though, it runs Android for all intensive purposes. This thing is just a really cool looking phone, at least in the way that it works. So if you want like a desktop experience or anything like that, unfortunately, this will not be that. But it will be really nice. It will be nice. You can play 3DS games, you can play Wii U games, you can play Switch games on it. You can pretty much play any of those lineups, I think all the way up to a PS2. Actually, PS3. So pretty good on that front. Pretty good on that front. But I went with this one because it's basically the exact same idea. Because I was going to go with this one. It's just that this one's like a full Windows PC. And I'm a big nerd. Like I want to pull up inside of like a networking meeting and I kind of just want to pull this thing out. Dumbest reason to buy a product ever for so much money, but like I know in my heart of hearts I'm going to be sitting there in those little uncomfortable ass office chairs with no armrests. They're going to be sitting there pointing out to stuff while other people are taking notes. I'm gonna pull out this cool ass looking fucking DS and flip it out. And absolutely everybody will think I'm weird for it, except for me. And I'll know it's cool. Yeah. Oh shit, it hit my YouTube chat again. Don't want to be missing those. Don't want to be missing those. But I don't know. We're actually in a pretty good time for handhelds for the time being. I don't know how solid I am on this, but I have a good feeling that the handheld market is going to take a massive dip because of the whole shortage situation. Prices are going up. GPD and like 1X Player and some of like the bigger brands, AYN and A&Neo, they're staying in. But I think we'll start to see a lot of like the other boxes start to disappear. And as such, we might start to see a bit of a stagnation for a while. It's not like they've been super crazy about it in other times. So for anybody that doesn't know what GPD Win is, they're the guys that make this. This shit is dope as hell. It's basically the same processor that was in that other thing that I showed you, but it's in a much bigger handheld that's more shaped like a laptop. They had a few other ones. I would ignore this even existing. It's just kind of dog shit. This is something I was looking at for a while. It's basically a PSP, but it's got like a pop-up display, so you can like swipe it up, and then you get like, I guess, a full keyboard. It's a pretty nice concept. It's a little bit small for me, though. Technically, I think it's slightly smaller than that DS, at least screen-wise, or about the exact same size. Actually, don't describe much. Where's the other one? Yeah, here we go. Here's the new one. Did I mention it?
Team deathmatch.
I think it's 6 inches.
Now. 5, 4, 3,
We'll look into that later.
1.
Something around those size specifications.
Get the most kills. Bring home the win. We pulled it to the lead.
Power weapon inbound.
Oh, well done.
Sweet.
Kill.
Aww.
Ball.
Why you gotta kill my momentum like that?
New power weapon in the arena.
I would have thought. Oh shit, I'ma head out, Sausage. Have a great stream, my dude. I wish you the absolute best tonight. Do take care and have an even better tomorrow. I do appreciate you dropping by. Okay, a little bit of twists, a little bit of turns. Morning? Yo, morning, dog. How you doing? I do hope you're having a super wonderful now. What's poppin'?
We've fallen behind. Let's turn this around.
Damn. Do you want to hear the update? Oh shit, is this about... Okay. So for anybody that's wondering what we're about to talk about now, Dong is essentially, I guess for an easy way to explain it, he builds PCs for a living and essentially like tweaks, tunes, and fixes PCs, sort of like those sort of departments. There was a customer that he got in the other day that I guess we found out to be cheating on COD. And there was a small tweak made to the PC that prevented said cheats from ever running.
Double kill.
And this is the continuation of said story. I'm a hardware consultant, and most people will have seen the end result of some of my work. Yeah, there you go. That's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it. So basically a lot of back and forth. And he asks how much to fresh reinstall
Power
Windows.
weapon
Oh, I feel like that's dirty. Oh, that's straight up dirty, but that's kind of funny.
inbound. New power weapon in the arena.
Those poor cheaters, bro. They never win in the end. They never win in the end. Ooh. So it's a flat fee of £50. He's coming in on Tuesday. I already have a script to reinstall the registry key waiting to go. Dong. That is so evil. Oh, I fucking love it. I fucking love it. Yeah, you were saying that he was like bragging about his skills right afterwards as well. If he pops back in, you should ask him to play the game and see exactly where the issue is. Because I imagine he'd have to come back in, right? Like, do they come in, or are they just shipping in their systems and stuff? Because if they're in there physically, you got the opportunity to pull the greatest card in history.
Match almost over.
Close. Scoring limit. We have to stop them.
Okay, bounce out. He actually got one of his other cheating friends who's a bit more clued up to phone in.
5 minutes remaining.
Oh? You know what? I'm okay with that. I take that. I take that. I pushed that guy off the map. That was a W play right there.
Power weapon inbound.
I didn't expect it, but
You lost.
Good effort out there. That's all we can ask for. Chin up.
I was all like, look, I changed the motherboard and it was working. At no point would they tell me what software wasn't working. Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious. Yeah, okay, maybe a bit risky to ask them to show you. But I feel like that's really where it should go. You really gotta like hidden camera that shit. Oh my god, Dong, you probably definitely have a pair of meta glasses. There is no shot that you work at like a company that you do without like having a single pair of meta glasses. If y'all got a bin of CPUs that are older than me, I'd say it's likely. I'd say it's very possible. And if that's the case, you got some opportunities here. So we're getting £50 for a 20-minute reinstall that he doesn't need. And the only thing we can guarantee is that he will 100% have the same issue. That's fantastic. That's the customer guarantee I'm trying to see. I don't really think there's much that they could do. Yeah, even like if I think back to like I probably wouldn't be able to figure that out. Realistically, I wouldn't be able to figure that out. And if it didn't fix through a reinstall of Windows, I would think my parts were cursed and just actually swap them out. I would just like actually toss the drives. But not everybody would do that. Some people wouldn't just grab new drives. I feel like most people probably wouldn't want to grab new drives. We've got some 286 CPUs from the late 80s and early 90s somewhere.
Round one.
Jesus Christ. You know what? If the PC stuff never works or doesn't work out because of the whole like RAM shortage,
Kickoff.
I feel like you'd have a really, really great time just being a museum. How did I miss?
New power weapon in the arena.
Oh
Round
shit. Wait, is this a real game?
The next round is ours.
An actual game? I get to actually play the game?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. One enemy remaining.
Great pick.
New power weapon in the arena. One enemy remaining. You won the
Let's go!
Round win. Keep it up.
Ho!
wipe out.
Hey, if he needs an upgrade, he knows where to come. My smartwatch has more processing power. I'm pretty sure, like, a smart light switch has more power.
2, 1.
Like, I feel like we have chips that are smaller than, like, your fingernail that are more complex.
One enemy remaining. Double kill. New power weapon in the arena. Round.
Got him. Oh, shit. Wait, it's Robos.
One round away from
Oh, shit. I didn't even notice. We got Robos on the team.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Match point.
I'm just gonna say W Robos. Or it'll just get held. Okay. Thank you,
Power
Splitgate.
weapon inbound. One enemy remaining. New power weapon in the arena. Victorious.
I couldn't even find them.
grab victory.
Time to go to Dong to buy my ultimate WoW Classic PC. Oh shit, get the native experience for WoW Classic. You actually could do that. You actually could do that. Man, it just doesn't let me type. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that, but like... Weird. Weird. The Splitgate no like me. I feel like that could kind of be a vibe, though. Building retro PCs has always seemed kind of cool to me. I've thought about doing it a time or two. Especially after what Dong has told me about how hard it is, or how hard it was to set up some of those PCs. Like, it could be really, really fun. Don't... You know, you say that, but that just makes me want to do it. Those things did not have a BIOS. Yeah, but I got GPT. I got AI backing me now. Who needs I'll just generate one of them bitches. That's how it works, right? Right? Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure it'll be fun. No, we could probably get like, hold on. When did classic World of Warcraft drop? Let's see. Oh, it came out in 2004. That would have been two. So let's look at like what would be a PC from 19. Let's go 1997. Okay, okay. We would have had like an AMD K6. It looks like ATX became standardized in February 1997. A lot of different chipsets, none of which I recognize except Intel 430 TX. 30-pin RAM. The fuck? 8 to 32 megabytes. Now that's pretty good. $7 to $10 per megabyte. Looks like you would have had a 3D FX Voodoo 1 or Voodoo 2 graphics card. Or the NVIDIA Rivia 128. Now it's time to get FSR working on those. Imagine the upscaling performance. Hold up. Do 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 do. Has it been a minute yet? Almost. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Boo. Boo do 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 do. Boo do do boo boo do do. Boo do boo do boo. Do 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 boo do boo. Ba do ba boo. Boo. Do 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 ba ba ba. All right, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. All right, what did I wait for? What did I wait for? Let's see. We didn't have GPUs back then. Lies. You had a 3D FX Voodoo 1 and Voodoo 2, or an NVIDIA Rivia 128, or the ATI 3D Rage Pro, or the Matrox Millennium 2. Although they seem to be called video cards instead of graphics cards, but same. At least they say that it came out there, but who knows if we can trust the AI. It says they came out in 1997. Probably right. It's probably right. God damn you, Toad. Took a lot of concentration to stand still there, but I did it. I did it. Let me put some sausage in it. Oh. But what you getting up to, Bizarre? I do hope you're having a super wonderful now. Why does Twitch have so many more people in the stream than YouTube does? That's probably because I just don't do a lot of stuff on YouTube. I've only really just started my push onto YouTube. So I'm gonna try to shoot for like more more streams and more content and stuff on there, but I've kind of yet to really grow that stuff. For reference, on YouTube we're at about 328 subs, whereas on Twitch we're about 1800. Yeah, we're edging the 1900. We were about 2000 before the big bot purge. There do be some bots that come in there. They always join in. They'll say something random. They immediately hit with a follow. It happens. It happens. But yeah, hopefully it'll get more populated as time goes. The motherboard manuals back then were A4 and 3 inches thick in one language. GPT, explain it to me like I'm 5. I got you covered, dog. I got you. We could have just simplified. We could have just simplified it. If we just gave the AI companies 40% of the global RAM sooner. Go figure. Yeah. Shit. A motherboard manual? We could condense it. Do I really need to read words? I'll just beam that shit into the brain. You know, it is probably possible to do some of it. I feel like I can maybe get a 1997 PC up. I feel like it would be difficult, but like... I feel like it could be doable. I hope I'm smart enough to put together a 1997 PC. Wait, technically, couldn't I just take apart an Apple One and put that together, and that counts? I found a loophole. I found a loophole. We need to find a meteorite to harvest that has all the necessary PC components. Why would you need to get those from a meteorite? We all know those grow on trees. Yeah, you can just grow more RAM. Legend has it that if you're ever in need of an extra gig or two, you pull it out of your computer, you dig a nice hole in fertile soil. It must be properly fertile. And I'm not talking nitrogen. It's got to be helium rich. Helium rich soil is the only thing that will grow a proper RAM tree. But essentially, once you bury it under the helium rich soil, it will eventually sprout into a very large tree. Greenland, that's what you need to invade Greenland. Listen, I'm American, but like, I'm not that far. Hear me out. No. But I have heard that there's a ram tree or two inside of Greenland.
One in the chamber.
Hey, we got more one in the chamber. I swear to God, this whole stream has been one in the chamber.
4.
I promise that it is not the only thing in here, but anytime we queue anything else, it goes way too quick.
Spawn with one piece of ammo. Get one more after each kill. Pull it ahead. Try to stop them.
Got him.
Kill confirmed.
왜 한 발 쏜 거 아니었어?
No hate. That man's breathing deeply into his microphone. I felt like I was getting some ASMR there.
Payback.
He was speaking soft and deeply.
Kill.
How sensual. Oh, shit. Shit! Damn it! Damn it! There's a ram tree and an NVMe gorge. I knew it! I knew it! Yeah, I wasn't gonna say it, but everybody keeps saying that, like, they're, like, manufactured PCBs, and, like, if that's the case, why is mine bent? Solve that one, science. I gotta realize that some of these dudes, like, actually have bullets. Oh, fuck yeah. The song came on and I'm ready to go. Oh, yeah!
Double kill.
Shit.
Triple kill. 4
It got me through my portal. My damn portal. I'm great at this. I'm genuinely great at this.
Opponent
Damn.
taking the lead.
I kind of wish that we had like a rocket launcher only mode. I could go with some rocket launchers. I guess we kind of get it though. There is Team Fiesta. It basically just allows you to hot swap between a bunch of different weapons randomly. So every time you respawn, you get a brand new loadout. Which can be kind of fun, but you never really get exactly what you want. Damn. The GPUs frolic off the coast of large shoals. I've always wanted to catch me my first ever GPU. I don't know. They no longer roam near me. They used to be plentiful. And then came the scalpers. They were never the same after that. They opened up the plants. They started chopping them up, harvesting for their innards. For AI, they said. It'll take your job, they said.
Double kill.
And then it took my games. It took my games. How could they do this to me? The 180. The betrayal. After all I've done for them. Do they not value my $20?
Triple kill. Heating up.
It's almost as if that doesn't matter against their trillions of dollars of debt. Was close. I was certainly close. I'm a menace.
Double kill.
And my name isn't Dennis.
Triple kill.
Okay. Shit, I heard you need a magnetic plastic lure to fish for them. They don't like the magnetic metal lures used for star CPUs.
Victory.
So that's where the meteorite comes in.
Almost there. You got this.
That's how you do it. You gotta, it all comes full circle. We get the meteorite, which gives us the magnetic plastic lure, which then allows us to fish for the GPUs in the place where there is a RAM tree and NVMe gorge and the GPUs frolic off the coast of the large shoal. Whew. I'm glad that I could get it all like packed into one. I'm really glad that I could get it all packed into one.
Payback. 5 points to go.
Sweet. Fuck. Fuck.
3 points to go.
You know what? Sometimes you shoot your shot and it doesn't always land. You just gotta know that sometimes there'll be other shots. Not in this case. Nope, the game's over now. It's gone. I'm 100% adding that into my Artificer mod for Hightail now. Oh, that would be great, honestly. Make that like some sort of farmable resource. Bro, I feel like the RPG mods are about to go so crazy on Hightail though. Like when we're able to get like strength, stamina, like speed, like I don't know, wisdom, intelligence, some magic system. I think there's already a magic system, isn't there? And then we also got Everwind that's dropping their new stuff pretty soon. They're feeling pretty pressured from Hytale dropping now to start like fully dropping their game. So we're gonna be like getting the best of all worlds for block games. Yeah, if you're a fan of Minecraft style games, this might be your year. Actually, this will be your year. Assuming of which that you don't get fucked by the RAM shortage. In which case, 07s. I applaud you. Meteorites with magnetic plastics and magnets, living GPU and CPU fish, RAM trees, NVMe ravines. You do all of that, and then you can finally make a Magikarp equivalent of a summonable creature, but tech. There you go. There you go. It's got to spit out really dumb phrases while you do it. Like, I'm sorry, that's against my terms of service. Such memorable quotes. All right, let's get that shout out for Sind. Yeah, do make sure to go give this dude a follow. Absolute legend for sending us that raid earlier. Hella appreciate that shit. There is magic, but it's limited as far as I'm aware. No, that's fair. I like me a good, like, grounded, limited magic system. I feel like that's the right way to do it. When you go too over the top with magic, it just kind of gets a little boring sometimes. Maybe not for, like, TV shows and stuff. I mean more so for, like, video games. You know, you get Fireball, but then bigger Fireball. It's like, yeah, still Fireball.
Take down.
It's like primarily stabs and books. Hey, that's still pretty cool.
1. Round 1.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to give it a go. I was watching somebody else play it earlier.
Inbound. You won the round.
Damn, we quick as shit with it.
Nice work.
Yeah, I think tomorrow we'll make it a Hytale day.
5, 4,
Hey, wait, we got Robos again.
1.
Big dubs. I mean, shit, at this point, we should just invite him to the lobbyist.
Power weapon inbound.
And you should probably go pop in.
Remaining.
Oh, damn. Listen, fellas, we're killing them a little bit too quickly.
Nah, even faster. Even faster.
No. Hear me out. Hear me out. We're not evil people. We want this game to
Oh, we
succeed.
gotta take him down.
And together, we can make it
Thunder
last.
Match point.
Well, we tried. I tried. I certainly tried. They're starting to use portal nades and stuff now. I'll give them that. They're starting to get clever.
1 enemy remaining.
I'm trying to take it easy on them, but my teammates are too crazy.
Let's go.
I don't even feel like I can play. I just feel bad. What's this? Asteroid worth whatever number that is. NASA is capturing would give everybody on Earth billions or near $1.2 billion each. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. Yeah, if you could start asteroid mining, it would like super fuck up the economy. A lot of industries would kind of collapse overnight because of that. But Lot of cool things would come of it. I don't think it would actually be worth that much money because just the value of all those resources would just drop astronomically just due to it making it to the planet. Stuff like copper, I think, is pretty big in there. They're like big in copper, iron, and like I think some rare earth minerals that are pretty hard to get. And it says they're going there in 2029, but I'm not so sure I'm super confident about that. Could be the case. Certainly could be the case. Swap that. Alright, we'll go. Honestly, I should see if I can pull Robot. Well, actually, he's probably on the leaderboard. Probably no chance I could pull him into ranked. Damn, we actively killing takedown. I hate when we do that shit. I hate when we do that shit. The staff shoot magic projectiles. Books might have a more Terraria style magic. Unsure. I couldn't get the books to work. They might just not have a purpose currently. It's like super in alpha right now, so there's just a lot of stuff that just straight up doesn't work. It makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah, I hope they get updates pretty quickly, though. I'm not sure what their update schedule is really looking like. Let's build a retro PC? Oh, shit? That could be cool. Honestly, I should make this into content. I should just make an entire stream out of, like, building a PC like this. Dong's gonna end up sending me a link that's gonna be a lot crazier. Oh yeah, all this shit's cheap. Yeah, unless one of these things ends up being like magically $10,000, I think this could be easily doable. They got 2 years of funding, so like they got some time. Yeah, but I hope they do it like I hope we get some pretty big updates. Okay, according to the developer statements, the team plans to deliver updates quickly and frequently while gathering player feedback. The roadmap is not fully pre-planned and will evolve based on community input.
This is what we trained for.
That is the official statement from them. So it doesn't seem like they're gonna just like disappear after putting out the beta, and then that'll be it. They do plan on doing a lot of updates rather quickly and then getting immediate player feedback.
New power weapon in the arena.
Shit.
They're in the lead. Let's get it back.
Oh my god, that'd be a lot of links. So what happens when I inevitably end up fully replacing my PC with that? Add in an SSD and a PSU and you're good to go. Would an SSD even work with a system like this? Like, would this system even have SATA? I guess I should preface that. SATA 3. I feel like it might have, like, the original SATA port. Yep, the board has 2x SATA ports. It's the system I told you about yesterday, SATA 150. Oh. But it will work. Now it's time to figure out what I can get working on a 1997 PC in 2026. Yeah, that's crazy to think about. After a little over a quarter of a century later. It kind of worked. I'd say that was more 2000 than 1997. Oh, that one was the one that I pulled up. I searched up a PC from 1997. 2000 still pretty interesting. If we're gonna build a PC from around then, that could be interesting. Or we could honestly do like what Toad was saying and do like a release date of World of Warcraft level PC. Then we could actually see if WoW runs. I feel like the answer is probably no. Feel like that's definitely the answer, but we can try. We'd have to try with Turtle WoW though. The reason being is because it still uses the old WoW client. I mean, back then there was a massive jump in tech every year. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Are you trying to say my 5% uplift year to year isn't a massive gain? What's actually funny is I guarantee that the performance gained year to year currently is actually probably super substantial if compared to those years. Like if you were just to isolate 5% of the performance of a modern day GPU, I feel like it outperforms the full performance of a high-end GPU from back then. So I guess depending on how you're scaling it, it still technically is progressing. Fucking hiccups. Hey, coming after my diaphragm.
3 points to go.
Nice.
You win.
We won! First PC I built was 25 megahertz. Whew. That's some speed right there, dog. And you still decided to update after that? Like, I know you decided to upgrade later on to Ryzen, but like, why though? Is it not possible that like your previous PC might have been peak? I mean, think about it. Like, I barely get 5 gigahertz. You're getting 25 megahertz. Bigger number, always better. You know, wonder what the minimal year of a PC that you could build is that you could actually stream from. What are the minimal specs required to run OBS and stream? I should build a minimalist stream PC that is the absolute weakest components possible in order to make a streaming setup. And then buy the cheapest possible like microphone and headphones possible and like a really bad webcam. I'm not talking like some Logitech like whatever cam. Like we got to get some like true shitter cam. This was a great stream, but I need to go, so I hope I can make it for next stream. My dude, I wish you the absolute best. Yeah, we stream every single night. I'm going to try to make a better habit of streaming on YouTube as well as Twitch, so hopefully that'll all go well. And if I don't see you again tomorrow, I do hope to see you in your shorts. Or I guess hopefully not. I will be there to stop you from doom scrolling. I will be watching. For anybody that's confused, I've started posting a lot more on YouTube. I've started making a thing out of shorts that stop people from doom scrolling. It's actually been doing pretty good, all things considered. Actually pretty damn well. I think we're up to 4.1k. That's insane. Never? Well, it'll work one of these days. It'll work one of these days. Mark my words. I'd probably say an AM2 based system or a Quad 2 core system from about 2010. Honestly, I feel like you could probably get away with something from like 2008, 2009. Right? 2009 is when the 900 series dropped, right? When was that? No, that was 2014? Really? Okay, the 900 series came out in 2014? Huh. I thought it was older than that. So what would that have been, 8 or 700 series? I probably got the components at work. I know we have some AM2 CPUs and boards somewhere. You down to cook up a really, really jank build? Boy, do I have an idea for you. I feel like one of those guys that's sitting over at like the pitch meetings at like Disney or whatever. And boy, do I have an idea for you. Let me tell you, this boy backs a lot of nostalgia in it. A lot of nostalgia. Actually, let me check. What time is it? It's about 2:30. Got a little bit more. Got a little bit more. But yeah, no, I think I'm going to try to post a bit more shorts. I was posting about 2 to 3 a day. I did 5. Like, I think all of these were all in the same day. But I've noticed that if you post too much, they start to cannibalize one another. Like, you can kind of see, like, big dip-offs here. Whereas, like, here I was doing 2 a day. You can see, like, it's a lot more consistent with the views. So there's definitely, like, a rhythm you want to get into when it comes to YouTube. There's definitely some sort of rhythm you got to get into. I'm learning it slowly, though. And it's working out great. I mean, we got, like, 40, 50, 60... some amount of subs. Actually, I think we can check YouTube Studio. Yeah, we are up 60 subs in 30 days. Like, that's crazy. That's actually insane. Albeit, people are growing a lot faster than that on YouTube. That's not, like, insane by YouTube metrics, but that's insane by me metrics. Also, apparently, I've saved a lot of people. Thanks, I started doing my homework. You saved me from doom. Thank you, sir. 07s. Out there to stop all the doom scrolling. Alright. That is probably about where I should call it, though. I will be on again tomorrow, though, for a bit of a longer stream. I think tomorrow will be our good long stream day. But honestly, we've been going a pretty long time. You know, a good 4-hour stream ain't that bad. Ain't that bad. And yeah, I guess I'll go and double check over the media server as well. We should try to post out the rest of those episodes of Dispatch while we can. That might be a vibe. That might be a vibe. Anyway, I do appreciate absolutely everybody that's come out tonight. You guys are some absolutely lovable bastards. Do take care. Have an absolutely wonderful one, and I'll be back again tomorrow. Good night, goodbye, and I shall see you soon. Night, night. All right.